Hello friends, this is DMC and this is my quick review of Taylors of Harrogate Praline Especial Brazil coffee beans. Now it doesn't say new on the pack, but in the shop it said this was a new coffee, and it's not one I've seen before unless they've changed the packaging, and I don't think they did Brazilian coffee beans on their own. I think they've done Brazil ground coffee, but I haven't seen Brazil coffee beans before anyway. If we take a look on the pack, which it's a shiny pack so it's quite hard to say. This big beautiful roast is like sinking your teeth into a hazelnut praline, and as you can see the printing on this bag is quite awful. It's like looking at it through someone who needs glasses and hasn't got the glasses on. This printing, it's pretty poor printing really. This coffee was £3.50 for 227 grams, which is the usual price what they charge for coffees, Taylors of Harrogate. On the back of the pack it says, "This big, beautiful Brazilian roast is like sinking your teeth into a hazelnut praline. First it unleashes a hint of hazelnut and chocolate, then the sweetness kicks in, offering up flavours of cinder toffee and caramel. Finally, a gentle note of malt softens that sweetness, leaving a moreish, velvety finish." And there's your it's telling you your fineness of your grind for your method of brewing. The one thing I will say about the description is it's pretty good at describing what you're going to taste with this coffee, but it doesn't tell you anything about where the coffee comes from or anything along those lines, which I'd prefer them to tell you that over tasting notes really. On the bottom it says ingredients: 100% Arabica coffee. The best before date is July 2018, so well over a year on the best before date on this one. And on the side of the pack it's saying that it's a Rainforest Alliance certified coffee, and there we have the royal seal of approval for what that's worth. On the other side of the pack it says, "Everything we do at Taylor's is devoted to thrilling your taste buds, and our guide below shows the extraordinary flavours you'll discover in this coffee." And there it's got a little diagram which says it is chocolate, nut and berry, and the other options are citrus, floral and spice, which are not in this coffee. That's what they're saying. So that's the pack, and if we take a look at the beans, they're quite good quality looking beans, and the roast is pretty even throughout all the beans, but they're a pretty standard size beans. When you get an uneven roast, it's either with blended coffee beans or when there's a big variation in size between beans, usually anyway. The smell of the beans, it's a bit of chocolate, slightly nutty, slight creamy smell, maybe a sweet woody aroma to these beans too, I noticed. So I was, if we take a look at the ground, so I was interested in seeing what the ground coffee would smell like compared to the coffee beans, and I've noticed this a couple of times. When you grind the beans, I was a little disappointed with the aroma. It was less potent when ground, which is strange. It had maybe a slight bitter, nutty aroma, a slight toasty smell to it, and you can see the grind is quite uneven because my coffee grinder isn't the best really. So I'm not getting an espresso grind, but I might get my blade grinder out and give it a quick couple of whizzes in that and get it a bit finer and see if it does anything different to the flavour. So the flavour is, the first taste you get from this coffee is a sort of sweetness, and then you get straight after it you get a bitterness to this coffee. Slightly chocolatey and nutty. This is quite a full-bodied coffee, this one, I think, but it's quite weak in flavour, which is surprising, really. I have been making me drink using double espressos, and still it's not really strong enough for me. So I was a bit disappointed, as this is a new coffee, so you expect something new and a bit different, but really it wasn't. They do another one, which will probably be my next review, which is the Cacao Superior Colombia coffee beans, which will be my next review. So I'm hoping that they're going to be a little bit more enjoyable than these Brazilian beans. Like I say, I'm normally a big fan of Brazilian coffee beans, but like I say, just a little bit disappointing for me. But I'd like to hear from anyone who's tried this coffee, and if you have any opinions, whether you agree with me or disagree, leave your comments in the section below and let me know what you thought of this coffee. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more coffee reviews in the future, subscribe to my channel. That was my quick review. Thanks for listening. Bye for now. Yeah.